Hi friends, welcome to today's practice. So we're going for an energizing yoga flow. It's perfect for the morning, also for beginners and any time you just want to ignite a bit of extra energy in your body. So when you're ready, come and join me on the mat. We're going to come into our tabletop position. Okay, so just making sure both your knees are nice and aligned with your hips, really pressing the hands firmly into the ground, pressing the knuckles into the ground, making sure the wrists are lined up with the shoulders. Also really think about pulling the belly button in towards the spine, keeping those abdominals nice and tight. Just going to take 3 nice long steady breaths here. So breathing in through the nose, inhale. And you can exhale out through the mouth. Let's just go 2 more like that, just connecting the breath to the body. Breathing in and exhale. So maybe think about inhaling for the count of 3 and exhaling for the count of 3. Try and make them nice and long and even length. 1 more breath. Last exhale, well done. Okay, so from here, take another big breath, inhale. And then exhale, round through the spine, tucking the tailbone under, looking in towards the navel. Inhale, draw the shoulders down away from you, dip in the belly. You can turn the toes under here if you like. And then exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale 1 more time, shining that heart center forwards, just pulling those shoulders back down in space. And then exhale, round through the spine. This time, let's press back into child's pose. Just allow the hands to extend out. Release the forehead down to the mat. And then on your next inhale, pressing back up, coming into our up cat. Exhale, round through the spine. Again, looking in towards the navel. Press back to child's pose. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, lift up into tabletop to up cat on that same inhale. And then we'll exhale, round through the spine, protracting the shoulders here. Imagine you're a Halloween cat and press back into your child's pose. Let's just take 3 long deep breaths here. And just notice where your shoulders are. If they're hunched up, maybe pull the elbows down and back. Maybe bringing those finger points together so your arms are in a diamond shape. Okay, 2 more long deep breaths. As you inhale, feel like you're expanding through the belly. As you exhale, just allow the sit bones to sink down closer towards the heels. And last breath in. And as you exhale, just feel the chest just releasing down towards the floor, melting in towards your mat. And then from here, just slowly coming back up. We're going to come into our puppy pose, so extend the arms out to the length of your mat and just allow that chest to release back down again. Bring the forehead to the mat. If you want to, you can just place a block underneath your forehead to give yourself a little bit more space. Otherwise, just allow the chest just to release down into the mat. 2 more breaths. As we inhale, we're finding that length through the spine. And as we exhale, we're allowing the chest to release. Just the armpits to press down towards the mat. Last breath. And then gently coming back up from here. We're going to press forwards into our Sphinx. So just release those arms down, just line those shoulders up with the elbows and just open up through the chest, looking forwards. Breathing in and breathing out. So you can close close the mouth now if you haven't already, just breathing in and out through the nose. Last breath, inhale, pressing those forearms down to the mat, opening through the chest. And then exhale, bring those hands underneath you. We're going to press up into our downward facing dog. Let's take those feet nice and wide, so it just allows you to get a bit more length in the spine. Again, pressing knuckles in towards the ground. And then you can just bending those knees. Just start to feel the backs of the legs opening up. And then just bringing those legs back to the center now, so about hip width apart. And you can just start to pedal out through the legs. It's a really deep bend into one knee. Feel the stretch through the opposite leg. Breathing nice and steadily as you just flow through each leg. Just really try and connect your breath to the movement of the body. Okay, take another breath, inhale here, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, we're just gonna come forward, bringing that right leg forward, lining it up with that right wrist, releasing the back foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up into our low lunge, lengthen here through the spine. And then exhale, bring those hands behind you. You can clasp the fingers together. Just press the back of the head into the hands. Just see if you can open up the chest even more. Take a breath, inhale. As you exhale, feel like you're pressing those elbows back in space. Last breath here. Inhale. And exhale. So you can release those hands back down now. Bring them back forward. Turn that back toe under. Coming into our runner's lunge. So just from here, really think about lifting the belly button away from the thigh. Just notice if you're just relaxed in the core, really engage it. And lots of energy going out through that back heel. Take a breath, inhale. And then on our next exhale, we're going to straighten out through that front leg now. Now just feel a nice deep stretch through the back of that right leg, through the hamstring. Inhale, rock forward, sink back to that runner's lunge. Exhale, pressing back. Just release the crown of hair, just allow it to line up with that right leg. Inhale, pressing forward, so keeping the legs nice and engaged, energy through that back leg. And last time, just straightening up through that leg one more time. And then this time, bring those hands, both hands frame the foot, step the leg back into our plank. So really pressing firmly into the ground. And then as you exhale, press back up, downward facing dog, pulling the navel in towards the spine as you do. And then inhale, rock forwards back to plank. Exhale, press back, so nice even flow through the movements. And then inhale, rocking forwards. Engaging the core, pressing firmly into the ground. Exhale, press back from here. Hold it here for 3 breaths now. And just see if you can just get a little bit of a deeper expression of your downward facing dog, just lengthening through the spine a little bit more. See if you can get a bit heavier in your heels. Nice, long, steady breaths. Then as you're ready, on your next inhale, step that left leg back in between the hands, dropping the back knee down. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, just interlace the hands once again, just pressing them into the back of the head. Then opening up through the chest. And then as you inhale, just see if you can just lengthen through the spine even more. As you exhale, imagine those elbows pressing back in space. Okay, one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, bringing those hands back down to the mat. Curling the back toe under, back into our runner's lunge. Just looking forwards here. And then on our exhale, we're going to straighten up through that left leg this time, feeling a deep stretch through that left hamstring calf. Inhale, rock forwards. Really feel like you're scooping the tailbone under. Exhale, press back. Inhale, rocking forwards. Back leg is nice and strong and straight. Imagine firing energy out through that back heel. Okay, exhale one more time. Lengthening through that left leg. Pressing back to your runner's lunge, this time stepping back from here into the plank, holding that plank now for 3 long breaths. Pressing firmly into the ground, really squeezing the core, squeezing those abdominals, pulling them tight as you can. And last breath. Okay, on your exhale, press back, downward facing dog. You can keep the legs bent if you need to, that's fine. Just make sure you're pressing firmly through the hands, lengthen the spine as much as possible. Okay, so from here, let's rock forwards into our plank. This time, we're just going to drop those knees down to the floor, curl those toes under. Calming down, inhale, lift up, just into a little baby cobra here. And exhale, release. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up, press those hips into the ground, backs of the legs into the ground, toes into the ground. Exhale, release. And one more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, release, curling those toes back under now, pressing back, downward facing dog. And just notice here if your elbows are pointing out to the sides, really try and spiral them in. Almost imagine you're doing a handstand through that upper body, firmly pressing into the mat. On your next inhale, we're just going to walk to the top of the mat. And you can keep your feet hip width apart. Let's inhale, half lift. Nice flat back here, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale, release down. Another time, inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time, inhale, come all the way up, so sweeping the arms down, around and up. Lengthen here through the spine. Exhale, press the air away. Inhale, sweep the arms round and up. Exhale, press the air away once again. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, press the air away. Feel like it's thick. You're pressing through really thick substance. Okay, we're going to step now to the length of our mat, bending into our left knee, coming into our warrior 2. Just making sure you've got that front heel lined up with the back arch. Just hold here for 3 breaths. Breathing in. And then maybe looking along towards those fingertips. Just energetically feeling really strong through both arms and both legs. And then inhale, sweep that top arm up and over into our reverse warrior. And then exhale, come back, warrior two. Pin those shoulders down, pull the navel in. Inhale, sweep the arm back up and over. And then exhale, come back, warrior two. Okay, so from here, bending into the left forearm, sweep the right arm up and over in our side angle. Really just imagine a really long diagonal line from the back heel to your fingertips, lengthening and stretching. And again, just tucking that tailbone under. And then on our next exhale, bring those hands to the center of the mat. Turn both feet inwards. You're slightly in a pigeon-toed. Inhale, take a half lift. And then exhale, fold forward. Just allow the crown of head to release. It's almost like you're trying to fold the body in half. Pull the navel in. You can turn those palms to the back of the room if that helps. Just to give you a little bit more leverage. Let's hold this for 2 breaths. Okay, inhale, coming back up to your half lift. Bending into this left leg now. You can pop the toe out slightly. Into like a side lunge, just feeling a nice deep stretch here. And then inhale, switching to the other side. And then from here, on your next inhale, press up, bring those arms around, turning the right toe out. So in warrior two on the other side. Let's hold this for 3 breaths. Looking along towards those fingers. Last 2. Just really engaging the legs to see if you can sink a little bit deeper into the thighs. Last 1. Okay, inhale, sweep that top arm up and over into our reverse warrior. On your next exhale, come back, warrior two. Look along towards the fingers. Inhale, sweep up and over. And exhale, back to warrior two. This time bending into the right arm. Sweep the left arm up and over. Into our side angle. Feel all the muscles engaging. And then exhale from here. We're just going to release both hands down to the front. Maybe turning those toes slightly inwards again. Inhale, take a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Allow the crown of head to release once again. Deep breathing. Just as you breathe, really focus on moving energy through the body. Inhale, half lift. This time, bring the left hand to the mat, right hand to the hip, just twist round, look over to the right hand side. Take a breath here. And if you can either stay here, if you want to go further, inhale, lift that right arm to the sky. Let's take a deeper twist now. Last breath. And release that hand down. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift up, bring the left hand to the left hip first of all, looking over towards the left hand side of the room. So stay here. If you want to take that twist deeper, inhale, lift the left arm high to the sky, really twisting from the waist, opening through the chest. And then releasing back down. Okay, so from here, you're just going to turn round to the length of your mat once again, stepping those feet back to your plank. And then just from here, drop back to your child's pose. Release the forehead down to the mat. And let's just breathe here.
Okay, just maybe bringing those arms to fingers touching, dropping those shoulders away from the ears. And let's just do one last breath. Inhale, feel the expansion through the tummy. And exhale, allow the sit bones to release closer towards the heels.
And as you're ready, we're gently going to press up now. Just bringing the seat to the left side, sweeping the legs round to the right. Bring those arms out in front of you. So from here, we're just going to come into a little boat pose first of all. We'll just do a easier version, so just bringing those backs of the hands to the backs of the thighs. So either stay here if that feels enough, just lean back, engage the core. If you want to go further, lift one toe off the ground, release it down, lift the other, release it down. This time you can bring both up and then release down. And so from here, just maybe scooting those hips slightly further forward. This time we're going to come all the way down to the mat, maybe one vertebra at a time, nice and slowly, pulling those abdominals in. And then releasing down from here. Okay, bringing those knees just upwards, give yourself a squeeze. And then release the left leg down to the mat. Cross the right foot over, just stretching into the hips now, just interlace the hands just around that left thigh. I'm just going to breathe into the right hip. So from here, just make sure that right foot is nice and flexed, protecting that hip joint. And you can just gently press your elbow on your right thigh, gently pressing the knees away, and also bringing the left thigh a bit closer in towards the body. Let's just hold it here for 2 more breaths. And every time you exhale, just visualize the muscles releasing and letting go. And last breath. Okay, releasing both legs down. We're just going to switch to the opposite sides, across the foot over. Interlace the hands behind the right thigh, this time flexing into that left foot. And again, you can gently, if you want to make it a little bit deeper stretch, pressing into that left thigh. Visualize that air, that oxygen just going into the muscles, into the joints. The deeper you breathe, the more the body will relax, release and shift energy. The more you'll feel benefits from the practice. Okay, last 2 breaths. Exhale, releasing. Okay, so from here we're just going to release both legs all the way down to the length of the mat now. So you can either turn the palms upwards, you can place both hands on your heart, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And then just closing down the eyes now, we're just finishing off in our Shavasana. Just sealing the practice today. Maybe just notice how you feel compared to the start of the practice. If the body feels more relaxed, if you feel like your mind shifted, you've released tension. And if there is any tension left, then maybe just focus back on your breath for a moment. Just notice where the tension is in your body. Just take a conscious inhale, directing the breath to the area of tension. And as you exhale, just visualize it releasing out of your body. Just going to be here for 3 more nice, long, steady breaths. want to stay longer in Shavasana, you're welcome to. You can pause the video, otherwise we'll just start to transition out now. So just start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe rubbing those palms together. You can stretch the arms up overhead and then bring one knee in towards you, give yourself a squeeze and then allow the other leg to follow. As you feel ready, just allow the body to roll over to the right hand side. You can rest your head on your upper arm, place the left hand out in front of you. And then as you feel ready, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Let's just keep the chin dipped and the eyes closed for a moment. Just take some steady, long, deep breaths here. Ready, inhale, sweeping the arms round and up, lengthen through the spine, stretch up. As the hands meet together, as you exhale, draw a line down the center of the body. When the hands meet at your heart, we can go one more like that. Inhale. And then exhale, just draw that line down your face. Just bring those thumbs, just allow them to line up with your heart center, pressing those thumbs in towards your sternum. And just take a moment just to give yourself thanks for practicing today. And as you exhale, you can just bow down your head and say Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you felt benefits and enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed this practice and would like to keep up with my regular weekly videos, please like, subscribe, and if you think anyone else would benefit from this video as well, please share. Namaste.